Stephane Koch, we met at the Internet Society in 2000. That's over 20 years ago. You have carved your own path in the digital world, and over the years, you have become an information specialist, or as you prefer to say, a digital literacy specialist. How did it happen?
It was a long path because when I finished my normal school, I was a little bit fed up with study. So I chose an hybrid model, which was mechanical precision with 2 days of learning and 3 days of practice. But I realized quite soon after to have started this learning, then it was not what I was going to use in the future. But I finished anyway to have a paper, because we are in a society where we need a paper to prove we are someone. And then, I have done my 4-year study and I got my paper saying, okay, I'm someone who can learn something. And then I start my army in Switzerland. At this time, we have to have the obligation to do 4 months of army. And then after that, I was thinking about finance because I was interested with the stock exchange, with the way money flow and etc. So I did a personal training about it, and I was trying to maybe see if I can find a job in that area, but it was already too difficult. I mean, I was maybe 2 years later to be hired without to have a really specific competencies in that area. But anyway, so I reorient myself in the technological area by be hired by the Swisscom telecommunication infrastructure. I mean, it was a telecom PTT, a national infrastructure of telecommunication at this time. While I was working for this telecommunication operator, I was accessing to other training. I did a training in public relation in 1998, and I did a training in technique of the written communication, how to write, all the strategies, things like that, and so on. I did the training in, web design, and my relation with internet actually start in 1984, where I kind of discover internet practically. I bought a computer. I tried to build a computer myself because it was less expensive, maybe. So I have to learn at the same time. And then I joined an association or non-profit organization called Internet Society. It was a branch in Geneva. I started to attend to the meeting, to attend to some conference about internet, about the web, and so on. I was still working for Swisscom, but it was complicated within the company because I have to suffer or to handle some mobbing. I mean, someone want to make a pressure on me to move from the company because he was not appreciating myself, my personality. I have to precise that at this time I was with a biker looks. I have a long hair, ponytail. I have a tattoo. I have rings, a necklace, tears, jeans, and I have Harley Davidson, So all these things were trying to push me down, and I was trying to move within the company to be more focused on my knowledge about internet and to provide things, because I had proved I can do it, because I did organize a lot of conferences on the internet, evolution, technology, lots of things. But in the year of 2000, the company started to become private. And then it was a plan to reduce the personnel, to reduce the number of people working for the company. Anyway, my director was moved to another place, and I get access to the opportunity to be fired with a package. So
okay, so your best option was to actually be properly fired.
and then
so what did you bring? Yeah, you said that it's taking you, it was gonna take you to a different path, and how did it go? Like, what did you find?
everything's like were pushing me to become self-employed, because it was the only way to keep my knowledge at the same level. To work for a company, because the company were not understanding maybe the add value I can bring if they were hire me. So it was maybe, in my perception, the only way to keep that knowledge, at the same level, and to keep going to try to feed him, even if in the technology area, from this time to today, a lot of those aspect or area of information technology, internet, become so much specialized that they create new job in a way. Like if you said like a search engine optimization, SEO was at the beginning something quite easy to understand, but now it's something so much complex. You can understand the basic, but if you want really to be efficient in it, you have to do a
it has
complete
become
training.
a full-time job, as well as like
Exactly.
digital marketing manager and all this. So it's definitely true. And so when you stepped from being an employee into being independent and self-employed, how did you show your, let's say, contractors, your clients, that you had this added value that your former company couldn't appreciate? How did you get your first contracts?
It was a kind of natural personal branding, I mean, a CV resume is not enough to show your expertise. If you want to show your competencies, you have to do something which will demonstrate it. I mean, so I was giving conferences. The fact I give conferences, and due to the content of the conferences, some people were hiring me for other conferences. It would become paid conferences. I was return article, which give me some visibility. I was creating content, It's a kind of content marketing, but it was done naturally on my side, because I'm someone like to share, my involvement in association, when I was organizing, conferences, everything like can have like a consequence to raise interest on myself from media, like for instance. And I start to have like interview from different media, and locally it was like a good, reputation about the understanding of information society in the whole aspect. And I developed my training activity more and more. And on the side, I like my consultant activity as well. But a lot of the things I got from the media or at the professional level for pacing was because I share my knowledge on social media, on the internet, what I share is not like, oh, I can do that for you, but I explain things. I try to make people, to help them to understand certain topic or certain things about information technology, about, I don't know, it could be information security, about fraud and something. I made like sometime a video to understand the process of something. And then this is what exactly bring me some professional contact or some reputation on the professional side about what I can provide to a company, because I show by the example what I can do, and not just claiming my expertise. I try to demonstrate it.
You mentioned internet quite a few times, and of course it's this big container of information, right? Which can help us a lot to train ourselves, to get jobs, to actually have a better life. But also it can be the exact opposite. And there's so much information out there that we need to be able to filter that information and make sense of information. Is that part of your job today?
big part of my job is like to understand information. If I'm talking about information security, that means I'm not like doing computer security itself. Even if I have knowledge in that area, it's not what I promote. I don't do network security. I'm not going to set your firewall, but I try to understand the relation between human and information and what humans have to do according to the human behavior to better secure its information or its channel, like today in communication, if we are in a public relation, it was always difficult to make understand to this kind of branch of professionals the importance of information security and the importance of to have a better security on the computer, on the smartphone, on the just like about information problem. If they lose control of the information because they lose the control of an account, of a computer, or because they get hacked by someone, they mean they are going to lose part of their reputation or reputation of their customer. They're going to lose sensitive information. We're going to be spread maybe on the internet or on the darknet or on different area. So today we have to understand like there is a whole aspect. It's not like a separation between the understanding we have to have of information society. We have to have that knowledge to be able, like if I use this example of public relation, to be a good professional in public relation, you have to manage the security, information security of your data, and it's not possible without that, and you can do whatever you want in terms of your personal branding, marketing of yourself, of your company. If at the moment you lose the control of this information, that information can really impact on the reputation of the company. And today, like recently, was an example with this actual crisis and pandemic, from the COVID-19. Then some people are sharing a lot of information which are false, unverified, or just like nonsense, And recently, someone was sharing like, conspiracy theory about vaccine, about everything. That's really something stupid. We have to be curious, and we have the right to ask for questions, for transparency, for a lot of things. But there is a border with, fake information and disinformation, and really things like, the earth is not flat, these kind of things. And then someone was like mentioning this publication that person was sharing by the fact how the company which he was working for were reacting by mentioning those two companies, saying, hey, this is your employee. Do you think this is normal? So that means there is no separation between, or less and less, between what you do on your own and the impact of those actions can have on your company and a reputation company, especially because this digital transformation is creating synapse, between private area and professional area. And it's difficult to say, this is my personal account. I do what I want on it. Don't judge me on it. Yes, you will be, you will be judged. This is human. This is not like, no, be public as the way you are in the physical world, on the social media, on the digital world, be the same. If some information you provide, you have to admit that information is public, whatever is the settings of your account. If you are on Facebook, if you have like my friend only, but today your friend are just maybe some of your colleagues, so you have to take that into account. And this is a change where you have to pay more attention to the risk information technology can represent for your reputation or your ability to get a job, but in an other end is a real opportunity. Because it's an opportunity to not depend of headhunter, to show what maybe your resume, your CV do not show, because to show really your personality and your profile, which is a mix of a lot of things, is a mix of what you just acquire in terms of learning by the, conventional structures, schools, academy, extra training, and so on. And what you have done by your own, like self-learning, by your curiosity, and you thirst to get new knowledge, somewhere else.
So Stephane's best option was to be properly fired, and it took him to his own path with a natural personal branding. There's more that we can say about Stephane, and we'll definitely have another opportunity in the future to have a second part of the interview. But thank you so much, Stephane, for what you have shared with us today. Stay tuned, and please reach out to me if you want to be interviewed.